Peace. So try yours truly, Ivory. So Jersey. What's up, Soul Tribe? What's going on with the go on? What's diggly do? What it do? Give y'all a couple minutes to come in here. We'll see what's up. See what y'all doing. Don't forget to hit the like button as you're entering into the live stream. Would you do that for me, please? Would you do that for me? Would you do that for me? We'll give it a couple more minutes here. See who's all up. See who all is available. Hey. What it do? Y'all ready? Y'all ready to hear? Don't whatever I say, that you ain't gotta go reporting me and snitching to YouTube. Who gonna report somebody? I mean, what kind of people would report somebody because of a virtual damn person? Somebody they'll never see in their life. It'd be wild. What's up? Let me know where y'all at. Old school, you know, I'm old school. What you talking about? I hope everybody that's been affected by this recent storm, I don't care where you at, Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, I don't care. You know, other than my dad come to Texas here with me, I think January of 22, maybe December. He liked Texas. But before coming to Texas, originally, he's from Mississippi / Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee, in a little small town down in Mississippi, along the Nile. Y'all call the Mississippi River. I just say the Nile. But anyway, so we ended up, and it was supposed to initially been a really good thing as far as we went to North Carolina temporarily, right? And the reason why we went, quote unquote, there was a network of people affiliated with, quote unquote, a group that I organized December the 1st, 2016. But you know, as always, it's always a lesson and a blessing anytime there's bullshit present. There's always a lesson and a blessing anytime bullshit is present. Never forget that now. So left from we left from hold on. We left from North Carolina. And if I told y'all the whole story, you probably wouldn't even believe me. Nevertheless, both sides of my family, if I share photos with you, I'm saying on my mom's side and my dad's side, I'm going somewhere with this. My mom's side and my dad's side. Um, I'm very much aware of the native um, Neji Aborigine connection. And when you know this, meaning that your folks is telling you. I mean, what else you supposed to do? So, if a person ever want to know who they are and their ancestral lineage, if you simply start with your mom and your dad, and then if you got any elderly parents that's living, a grandmother, a great grandmother that's living, if I were you, I would do something. I would do something, meaning that I would try to find out information. Here's the thing. All right, the question that I asked in the title of the video is simple. Is there a spiritual or ancestral meaning to the recent floods, especially in North Carolina and South Carolina? I think it was in 95. I can't remember. I will have to go and check and see, do a little research to find out what was that hurricane. Because I was in Florence, South Carolina with family. And then on the dad Midwestern side of the family, um, we was in they met up in South Carolina. So, we went to Myrtle Beach, but and all of that. So we were supposed to be there the whole week. The whole week. But on that Wednesday, before the main family gathering, that weekend, we all had to evacuate out of the city. And I'm like, damn. But at the hotel we were staying at for that week, I went down there with my cousin from Toledo, Ohio, John T. Boyd. Crazy shit. But so this had to be like in 95, maybe. 94, 95. Anyway, so that was the first time I ever had to experience the storm. It was like we get there, on the week before, there's a concert in town and the whole family, y'all know how the family reunion things go. And I'm going to make a good, beautiful point here in a minute. So we all at the family reunion, it's the week. So we get there we get there a day before. So we get there on a Thursday. So, we're going to be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then leave Sunday. Man, we had to get out of there on Wednesday because that hurricane was coming and everything was moving inland. Let me see if I can cue up something. I want y'all to hear something. I want to talk about the Catawba, the Catawba people here in a second. Hold on. I know y'all probably like the Catawba people. See, some of y'all already Googling, which is good. The Catawba people. Hold on, but it's something else. Hold on. I want y'all to hear something. This is my Baba. And what I mean by this my Baba, this is, hold on for a second. Just listen.
The black woman, hurricanes. That's the black woman. That's her spirit. White folk know that. The real ones, and we don't. All hurricanes start at the exact spot in West Africa where the slaves was put on the ship. Not almost the right area where slaves was put on the ship. That's where hurricanes start. They stay underwater and follow the same route the slave ship followed. No slave was offloaded the ship till it got to the Caribbean. No hurricane jumps above water until it get to the Caribbean. Hit this country and come all the way up the East Coast to Maine. Maine is as close to Canada as you ought to meet. Canada has never had a hurricane because Canada never messed with a sister like America has and get there, turns north and go back out. That's who you are. You think this goddamn camera, that little chump shit you got, well, that ain't changing nothing. You already there. Huh? And we come in with this bullshit. Think we know something. Knowing something in a white racist system that would kill God if they could.
That's my Baba, Dick Gregory. Listen, I met this man back home in Detroit in the 80s, the late 80s, 80, 88. No. 86, 87. Michael Jackson, Motown Review, even what's his name? Frankie Beverly at Shane Park was the first time I ever seen Dick Gregory. Maze, everybody, all of your big ones, you know, they had this concert every year at Shane Park. You can go Google it or look it up and you'll see it in Detroit. Now listen. So that's what Dick Gregory was saying. Man, I miss dude's voice because the man used to, he's one of the very few people that I started listening to. I would say Dick Gregory been around for, of course, all of my life, but I'm saying just outside of the realm of just looking at religion, you know, but he was talking about the black woman being a hurricane. And so, you know, he allowed just very few people to interview him. He allowed just very few people to, if you go and look at any time he's talking, either his son or his nephew or his grandson or somebody like that, because anybody else will get offended. he gonna go off on. But anyway, my point being is, so Alpha, what's that? Cape Gordy. That's the west coast area of West Africa, or the West African coastal line, where they say, and I'm not saying that it didn't happen, but to the extent that we've been told now. But anyway, so that route, because of the ocean genre, you just couldn't come straight across from West Africa and come across over here to Plymouth Rock. You can't do it like that. You either got to come from the Bering Straits, you got to come down through Canada, through Ivory, right? You got to do what you call Russia, the Soviet Union. You got to come down through there. Last, all of that, right? Them the two routes. You ain't coming across no Atlantic from West Africa coming over here talking about no damn Plymouth Rock. That's been long debunked. Anyway, so that route where most of your systems form that affects us landfall wise, as far as hurricanes, comes off the coast of West Africa, and it comes up somewhere along, depending upon the whatever, at certain times of the year, what we call the West Indies or the Caribbean areas, South America, the islands, all of that, Mexico, Eastern Mexico. All right. So that path, it goes the same way every single time. There was a group of people, listen to me good, that America don't like to talk about, and that's the Catawba, Catawba, Catawba. And these Aborigines, you might call Native Americans or Indians, in the area that we call, where they have Chimneyrock, Ashville, North Carolina, Newport, what else is along that look? Boone. All along there. I think that might be Cook County. That's Interstate 40. Now, I have driven from, because let's say like in Winston-Salem and in Florence, South Carolina, where I told y'all I went to the family reunion back in 95. Anyway, so that whole region was the Catawba tribe people, what you call Indians. Now, when I say things like, is there any, do y'all think it's any ancestral, spiritual connection to these totally wiping out? Hold on. What's the population? Anybody know? What's the population of Asheville, North Carolina? Hold on. Population of Asheville, North Carolina.
In 2022, the population of Asheville was 93,776.
93,776 as of 2022. Now, according to their records, the Catawba people, Catawba, however you want to pronounce it, if you know what I'm talking about, that eventually had to go to South Carolina. Now, some went to the Cherokee tribe, so on and so forth, Creek, Choctaw. My connection to it has been the Choctaw. The Catawba tribe, right there where you have Chimney Rock, Interstate 40. My folks have been going, I can go through those mountains from where I was born in Memphis, Tennessee, straight to North Carolina, like it ain't shit. and have family, all people I know, all the way there. What's amazing is in 1959, let me see if I can pull it up. In 1959, America, I didn't say 1859. I didn't say 1759. I said 1959. 6 years before I was born. Watch this here. Hold on. Let me see if I can find this right quick here. Let me see if I can find this right quick here. All right. All right, I'm gonna read a couple of things to y'all. But all right, okay, let me play this video one more time. Hold on. There's a reason why I'm playing this video.
Power on.
And there's a reason why I want y'all. Hold on.
Bluetooth device is connected.
Give me 1 second. And he was dead serious. Bobby Gregory.
Hurricanes. That's the black woman. That's her spirit. White folk know that. The real ones, and we don't. All hurricanes start at the exact spot in West Africa where the slaves was put on the ship. Not almost the right area where slaves was put on the ship. That's where hurricanes start. They stay on the water and follow the same route the slave ship followed. No slave was offloaded the ship till it got to the Caribbean. No hurricane jumps above water until it get to the Caribbean. Hit this country and come all the way up the East Coast to Maine. Maine is as close to Canada as you ought to meet. Canada has never had a hurricane because Canada never messed with a sister like America has to get there, turns north and go back out. That's who you are. You think this goddamn camera, that little chump shit you got, that ain't changing nothing. You already there. Huh? And we come in with this bullshit. Think we know something. Oh, knowing something in a white racist system that would kill God if they could.
Wow, now that's coming from the now. I've heard other things. You know, we used to say old folks used to be superstitious. No, we the ones superstitious. In that area. Hold on, let me see if I can pull back up my little file I got here. All right. The Catawba. Now listen, I can go and pull. I went and did some records when my dad was living back in 2019 and in 2020. But anyway, listen, the Catawba tribe traditionally lived along the Catawba River in this here area that's called Pigeon, the Piedmont region. Anyway, I'll tell you about the Pigeon later. But anyway, of what is now North and South Carolina. I want y'all to pay attention to something. Primarily centered around, now you can Google any of this. But if you want to go to your library, or if you want to go to a couple of other sites where some brothers and sisters is going to educate you, and I'm not just talking about people that are YouTubers and all of Instagram. No, you're going to go and you're going to talk to these people. Now listen, primarily centered around the west side of the river in the northern central South Carolina and also North Carolina. But listen, the territory includes parts of both states. It was a huge territory. You're talking about at one point, what, 220 some square miles? Something like that. Just one tribe. Now listen. What I want to know is this here. Hold tight. The ancestral land of the Catawba Nation extended through the Piedmont region of North and South Carolina and in Southern Virginia. But it was something else that I wanted to tell y'all. Hold tight here. Hold tight here. It's something else. See, they done the thing about it is you got to dig a little further. And I'm not talking about in Google. Let me go to this here other site. Because America in 1959, they killed all of them. The original colonials, the settlers that was trying to, the indentured servants, what we would call modern day slaves. Hold on. You know, they've been telling this story in reverse for, all right, hold on. Hold on. One second. In 1959, the Catawba Nation, not a tribe, nation, was terminated in the eyes of the American federal government. I'm reading. This ain't none of me. Totally, not just, I mean, back in, what was that, 1749, 1759, that was an epidemic that broke out. Let me see here. Smallpox. And it nearly wiped out all these, at that time, in one particular area here where I'm talking about, near Chimneyrock, Ashville, North Carolina area. Just in that area was 25,000, 40,000 people, something like that. And because of the diseases, it tells you this shit that they got from the Europeans, settlers that came over here on them boats. Not us. We was already here. That rock alone, Plymouth Rock, they said it's about 500 million, 520 million years old. But then they'll try to sell us an Adam and Eve story to get you off of this 525-year-old landmark that your ancestors saw it as a shrine more than a church, or it wasn't no colonials. Wasn't nobody over there but these people. Now, they come through there, some colonial general, you know how they come through there and They always say something was founded in 1759, but established in 1874, some shit like that. You see what I'm saying? 1867, some shit like that. So when you traveling, you're going to see a lot of counties, and they're going to have Native American, if you will, names, because they can't change that. They can't. Because it's just a piece of paper. I was talking to somebody, not from on this channel here, and we used to talk years ago, and it's like every time me and this brother get an opportunity to conversate, it's like we both become aware of something else. But this particular subject, back in 2009, when really back in 2004, 2005, when from an astrological standpoint, we entered into an age that we call now the age of Aquarius, or the age of awakening, transformation, all of this, right? And we used to have conversations about this. So now we sit back now and we see it. That whole town that the interstate 40, right there at that Tennessee, my birthplace is Tennessee. My home, I call my home Michigan, because when we left in, what was that, 71? I mean, how old was I? I mean, I was just getting ready to go and start school, some shit. I don't know. But anyway, so Interstate 40 goes straight from Memphis, Tennessee, straight to North Carolina, all the way across to the coast. That used to be trails before it was state highways, before it was U.S. highways. And then they went around on the outskirts, so to speak, with the interstate system. But these routes was our routes. And they used the same geometrical, using the cosmic, how did these people survive over the centuries with none of this, what you call technology? But every year, every season, they knew when the storm was coming. Why? Because their ancestors, not the ones that just came from Africa, ones right here, had to deal with these storms every single year. Just like you and I dealing with them right now. But those who tell the story of the route of those that left from the islands before there was any colonials here. I'm talking about before America, before quote unquote 1776 and all of this shit, Revolutionary War. I'm talking about before this. It was from those islands that some of these here Europeans would do business with merchants, right? And trade merchants that would be able to come that genre route, which would have been because what we call right there, Ghana and all of that, no, everybody was on the north part of that continent, if you will, and Morocco Well, you will get the abbreviation from the word as far as people that say the Moors. And so we know that the Moors once ruled Spain for over 1,000 years. All their universities and libraries and all of these here types of things and technologies and agricultures and spirituality or religions or whatever you want to call it, it was them right there in Spain. Now listen, they use the same, it's I wish I could pull it up, but they use the same numerical astrological formula, connection, sacred geometry, how to navigate through, listen, how to navigate through this country with no GPS, very little mappage, using astrology. The priests and high priestesses in Nubia and Kush and Kemet and Libya, they had generations of people that for 1,000 years straight, they would just monitor the sky. Every inch, every millimeter, every centimeter, every what I. But there's a civilization of people that still exists, both in the Arctic, the northern Arctic, underneath a lot of that ice, you call Antarctica, and south. And what you call Atlantis. And most people don't even know this. Now, in North Carolina, America wiped out all of these people. The ones they didn't kill, these so-called generals that's supposed to be fucking heroes, the ones that they didn't kill, they died from their damn diseases that they bought. Smallpox and so on and so forth. What was that? The swine flu in 1909, 1910. And I just really, really, really believe, like that brother told me, he said, Ivory, I'm going to tell you something. He said, just like we both have talked for the past 30 years, same similar conversations now. America has so much karma. I'm talking about the system, the government, religions, you name it, politics, whatever the fuck. Anything, laws, anything. Let me tell you something. The whole package. The karmic debt is going to be transformative. Now, Asheville, North Carolina, used to be a thriving trade port along that river. They used to say it's like all rivers lead to the Nile, the Mississippi, because none of those rivers like the Mississippi spew out either into the Gulf, because going to the Atlantic and going across over to Africa, you can't go. The ocean genre is not going to let you. The ocean current. No, you got to go from West Africa, if you will, down that genre route, down to Australia, what you call the outbacks, I mean, you talking hundreds of thousands of years. Then you got to come over to the south side of what you call South America at the tip, Brazil, that area. Then you got to come all the way back up to get to where we at now. You couldn't come straight across. There was no route. I'm just being honest with you. Now, Chimney Rock, that state park, I've been there a few times. I used to travel when I go back and forth, when I used to go to North Carolina, because that's also the way I go and visit family in D.C., visit family in New York, you know, and shit like that, right? All the way up into Connecticut. I used to call them road trips. But along the way, I used to get out and just take, because my mom and dad used to do it. And when they used to go and see my aunt in Winston-Salem, and when they used to go see my other aunt in Florence, South Carolina. But anyway, they used to take pictures along the way, the highways, and they used to listen. Their parents and grandparents and great-grandparents used to tell them the same thing that they used to tell us. Along this here stretch, right? Our parents used to stop and take pictures in the mountains. And you talking about some beautiful scenery. I can't even hardly explain it. To this very day, let me see, it's been since 2 years? I haven't been up that way in 2 years. Because whenever I go up that way, I have to be gone for a month or two because I go all the way up until I get to Connecticut. But I also go to New York and then come over because I go to Rochester, New York too, and Buffalo, New York. But anyway, so the same formula, the same sacred geometry that has been used for astrological navigational purposes down here is how these people will be able to navigate down here along the coastal lines of the Atlantic and can tell precisely when a storm was coming in. You couldn't get no foreigners from way over here in Europe to come over here and know anything about these storms. In fact, they go back so far to whereas there was a time that there was no hurricanes forming from West Africa that comes through the Caribbean, through the island. To see places like Asheville, Boone, Newport, Gatlin, this is all east of Knoxville. All east of Knoxville, Chattanooga, all of that. We talking about getting ready to come into right before you hit the 85. And you go north and you're going to 77, up to 76. But anyway, you going towards Washington, D.C. area. But sometimes I don't go that route unless I'm going straight to Philly. Other than that, I go through the North Carolina route to go see the aunts and the cousins and the, you know, all the family, right? There are maps that during certain times of the year that they got in the Smithsonian, they got all over. that our ancestors on this land used to know exactly where to do, how to navigate during these here seasons, because they felt like it was their ancestors' way of cleansing and washing away evil, or washing away these intruders that was on their land. And it just kept coming year after year, and so on and so forth, to whereas now some, like what you saw, what you heard with Dick Gregory, hold that to be true. So man, I done been in that Walmart and them stores. I done been at the high school at a couple of football games there in Asheville over the year. I mean, it's a regular route. Other than Texas, the last place my dad lived really was in North Carolina. Right? Now, the way I'm looking at it, I'm like, hold on, let me pick up the phone. Let me call some folks up there. Y'all good? And the only reason why I can reach them is because they done left. People don't know up in Asheville, North Carolina. See, like up in South Carolina, the Catawba tribe people, that they basically just extinct these people. They're still descendants around, but they're mostly in South Carolina now. To whereas that whole area, South Carolina, North Carolina, it used to just didn't be, it wasn't called everything that you know as a state wasn't like that prior to colonialism. In fact, the Atlantic Ocean all the way up until what's that, 1924, 25, some shit like that. The Atlantic Ocean used to be called the Ethiopian Ocean. Now you can go and research that. It ain't that hard to find, but that's what it used to be called. The Mississippi River used to be called the Nile. There's a pole flip, pole shift, where there's this event that happens so every 3,600 years. And they call it a pole shift. It calls it a pole shift. Now, I've been talking about this here for years, but a lot of times they won't let me say some things, you know. But everybody be talking about Nibiru and all of that. Okay, that's old stuff. Meaning that I was saying that before it was internet, before folks was even calling it Nibiru. Now, this is the year of the dragon. Now, more and more things is going to be happening. But a lot, if you pay attention to these moon cycles and with these planetary alignments as they come in these eclipses and so on and so forth, when these portals are open, just because you don't know nothing about them, just because you might say, no, I ain't into that portal thing, whatever you want to call it. You got beings, you got ancestors, you got beings, you got people like me, you got people like you that have once experienced a human experience here that can come back and forth. I'm not bullshit. I strongly know that, not believe that. So, it's so much stuff that America, if they really come clean on it, it'll shock y'all. And this here thing, now they they got the federal government, FEMA, everybody, but just 6 years before I was born, they totally just got them all out of North Carolina. And that 200 and some miles radius, square miles, that incorporates also Tennessee, you know, North Carolina, South Carolina, and West Virginia. All of that, there was no Europeans. And up until, like I said, 1959, they basically wiped these people off of their land. All that didn't die of these European diseases and the war that was going on. I forgot the name of that war, 17. But that war that was going on, the people, the Catawba people, they didn't want to fight with the Confederates. They didn't want to fight with the people that was trying to colonize and invade the territory, because these people come over here. If you can imagine, if you getting off of this boat, not me, you, me and you, these Europeans, these people coming over here, and a lot of them diseased. They're quote unquote kind of like the worst Europe has to offer. A lot of them was disease, poor. They used to call them quote unquote peasants, whatever. But they worked a 2-year agreement. It's called an indentured service agreement. And if they want to renew, so to make a long story short, without going to a whole nother lecture, there's talk now that's being talked about that at some point, America, the system, the government, has to unveil all of its lies, or it's going to be ruled by another country or something else. Some might say China, Russia, I don't know. And then they reveal everything. All of these plans. I'm watching videos of areas that I done drove through so many times. Gone. I mean, totally gone. These little small towns. Because see, I'm knowing that these little small towns, it wasn't always Europeans there. Up until about 1909, what was it? 1876, 1882. That ain't no long time ago. (1909, 1959), that's not a long time ago. But they got our people thinking that it's been 400 years in slavery and we've been, no, don't let them keep selling you that. And let me tell you something. Now that I know that there ain't no God in these books coming back to save nobody. So if there's anybody returning, if there's anybody appearing, if there's anybody that's showing up, if anybody coming out of that sky, I'm always going to be of the mindset that I'm connected to those beings. You can't tell me that my ancestral lineage is going to go back to Adam and Eve in some damn garden. No. We got rocks in North Carolina, 525 million years old, that our people been going around. Listen, I wish I could talk. These damn fools, they gonna mess with me. Right now, I'm being all kind of shit as far as recorded, watch, monitor. If I say one thing out of the ordinary, boom, I'm gonna get an email while I'm live. And then I gotta be like, oh damn, y'all, they messing with me. I see the notification. They start. Sometimes they put me in timeout for 3 days. So if y'all don't hear from me sometime 2 or 3 days, that'd be YouTube. Sit me up and taken down. That'd be YouTube or somebody else. I'll say, this is just me. My ancestors on this land ain't bullshit. They done come through there and wiped out. They said some of those things, not in this lifetime, in this generation, it's going to take that long to rebuild just some of the infrastructure. You got whole chunks, miles of Interstate 40 up in the mountain, especially up there near Newport, Boone, Ashville, Gatlin. Shit. I'm surprised it didn't make it all the way up to Bristol. But anyway, I really believe that there's a spiritual connection because I know we're in transformative energy now. And I know everything that happens is going to be big. So, my brother, if you go on Facebook and type in Chef Maurice, he's down in the Atlanta area, down there in Georgia. He lost everything. You can see it on his post. He's a chef, but he's very successful. He's been doing it for so long. But yeah, he lost everything. I got 2 cousins that I've heard from in North Carolina. I'm telling you, they talk about entire towns, entire damn near. Entire towns got to be done it's like starting all over again. And that was just they got the tropical storm aspects of it. If they go on strike this year, this week, Tuesday, with the ports, if them ports shut down and them folks go on strike, that's planned because it's election year and they don't want Trump to win. So these people, if they really know that Trump is going to win, they trying to kill him. They trying to sabotage the country. They letting the Iranians out here. Hey, y'all want to pop him? All right, go ahead. We'll stand back. Hey, it's crazy out here right now. It's crazy out here. So y'all be safe out here. Sending love and light to everybody that was in the affected area. And unfortunately, this week, I don't know if it's coming this way or if it's going the other way in the Gulf, but there's another storm brewing. We should know something by Tuesday, Wednesday this week. I'm just glad I'm further enough from the Gulf, less than 100 miles. But that still ain't no long ways because sometimes, like this storm was like 700 mile wide round. That's a large area. That ain't got nothing to do with the eye. And I don't like being on the east side of them storms. Let me be on the west side. On the east side, that's where you get, ooh. Anyway, I think this was one for the ancestors. And I think we're going to see more and more, not just there. I'm talking about around this country. We're going to see a lot more things to happen. Strange phenomena. Along with crisis after crisis after crisis. I hope these folks don't go on strike Tuesday. I hope I mean, it's so much going on right now. They're talking about there's a possibility that they might deliberately allow hackers to hack into infrastructure things to whereas, in other words, say November the 5th, November the 5th, November the 6th, November the 7th, 8th, 9th, whatever. We find out that Trump wins. Between that time that they announced Trump wins if he wins. I know, but anyway, if Trump wins, if he wins, between that time frame, November the 5th to January the 20th, we probably be in a world war. And whatever they can do to kill this man, they're going to be trying to kill him. So you ain't got to like him, but he don't want to start no nuclear war. That's them other damn fools. He don't want, I mean, it's like on this land, our people land. And I'm saying our people because this is my people land before it was anybody else that was over here on this motherfucker. Period. I don't care what you can say, whatever you want to say about me. My folks got receipts. I ain't talking about that shit in Washington, D.C. They got receipts, and I got some of them receipts. But everybody come over here. I don't give a damn where they come from on the planet. South of the border, north of the border, east of the border, west of the border. They come by air. They come by boat. They come by ship. They come all kind of ways from all over the world. Everybody gets something free. Land, money, resources, every fucking thing. Just call it modern day reparation. And they throw a middle finger in our face. And the people that is the reason for this even being a republic, who has descendants, looks like me and you walking around every day. They just totally ignore us. That's our fault. Because we too fucking scared to speak up for the ancestors. So the ancestors said, oh, okay, so y'all gonna believe that shit then, huh? Y'all gonna believe their story, huh? All right, well then, let's see how far you get. And as long as we believe in their story, we're gonna always struggle as a people. Why would your guys and ancestors come? Why would your guys and ancestors come? Why would somebody like a Harriet Tubman, if it's real, a Frederick Douglass, George Washington Carver, Jesse Owens, anybody, Coretta Scott King, Martin Luther King parents, all of these people were Republican because they know the history of the Democratic Party. And so they like, damn, so y'all gonna vote for them, the same motherfucker they used to hang us, enslave us, kill us, rape us, Jim Crow us? That's who y'all gonna go support? All right, see if your ass gonna get anything. You call on their guys all you want to. See if your ass get anything. That's why we struggle. That's why we struggle. How in the hell? So like our ancestors' gods or our ancestors' spiritual system or belief system, it didn't mean shit. You ain't been walking around here with no damn King James version for thousands of years and shit. You ain't been walking around here with no Torah, no Quran, no thousands of years. Not on this damn land. You might dig that shit over in Mecca, but not no thousands of years, because Islam ain't that old. Christianity ain't that old. I just told you, Plymouth Rock, right there where they done, my ancestors that went through there, they done went down I-40 and said, all right, all the way, what, Highway 9, US 321, all that, 70, listen, we gonna show y'all, leave our shit one way or another. If you don't physically leave our shit, we'll come wash this motherfucker away. And I know some people say, oh, you evil. I ain't evil. They ain't nobody saying nothing about evil about 1959 when they killed them all. And the ones that survived. It ain't got down to just 500 of the Catawba Nation that was connected to the Choctaw, the Creeks, and even the Iroquois. Fuck you mean? The Siouan. I ain't stupid. I wouldn't give a penny. I wouldn't go help or do shit. The only thing I have to do is sign them papers so you can let these people, our people, the people of that land, the people of that tribe, come back and get their shit. Hey, listen, they corralled our people. You got what, like 13 counties in the state of Oklahoma? What the fuck is 13 counties gonna do? This whole goddamn, if you look at the reservations, let me tell you something. People that look like me and you, we're supposed to be paying no fucking taxes. We're supposed to be having no problems. None of this bullshit. But as long as you keep on thinking that you came off a boat and you was a slave, your ancestors can't help you. Because your ancestors, listen, I'm telling you now, I know my dad, my granddad, my great-granddad, and my great-great-granddad. Know them. Got paper. Moms, grandma, great-grandma. Ain't nobody. Now, if I know that far back, and them folks born in the 1800s, now just think if they got moms, grandmas, great-grandmas, and great-great-grandmoms or dads or what have you. Now you talking all the way back to before these folks got here. That ain't but 8 generations. Eight times 4 ain't but 32. That ain't but 32 years, according to their map. It's really less 320 years. Listen. I can't do it no more. I'm sitting here watching these people, knowing what happened, and I can't blame these. I can't blame a lot of shit no more. Because if I don't get my ass up and go out here knowing, and others like me knowing, motherfuckers eventually just everybody gonna keep coming claiming our shit. Before long, and shit, we ain't gonna have shit. They're gonna have us in 9 zones. 9 urban zones. And it's gonna be hell. But I think the ancestors got a plan. I just believe that. I believe my celestial and my my celestial, my cosmic. I mean, I just don't think that the powers that be, these evil ass people, I just don't believe that they can just continue going the way that they going. You know, but they monitor certain ones. You know, oh, look at him. That guy that used to be a preacher shit, you know, he ain't dumb. He just trying to pretend like he dumb. He wearing clothes so he don't be reckoned. Hey, listen. Ancestors went up through there and cleaned up. I haven't heard, it's just me now. It's just me. I haven't heard too many. I'm not racist. I can't be racist. I can't control your fate and your destiny. I don't have the power to do that. That's racism. Anyway, so, but there's no hardly talks of, I haven't been hearing and seeing people of color that looks like me and you. I've been hearing too many of them dead. I've been seeing some videos, some of them saying, man, I got the fuck out of there. Some of them left work, Walmart. Why Walmart open that damn day doing the damn store? They closed down. But see, they wasn't expecting. North Carolina, Florida, yeah. South Georgia, yeah. The Bend, yeah. But they wasn't expecting this here to be like this here in South Carolina, especially North Carolina. You can't even go from, man, do you know how much traffic? Listen to me, folks. I done drove trucks through there, big trucks, my trucks, cars, SUVs, you name it. To close down Interstate 40 in the mountains, that means that you can't go to Charlotte, you can't, not that route. You can't go to Raleigh. And some people take 40 and go up 85 to go north, or 95 to go north through New York and all of that, Baltimore. Man, I got family a lot of us, we are so connected over the generations. And I'm not talking about just the last 4 generations. Let's just take the last 120 years. That's all. 150 top. That's not a long time, folks. That's not a long time. But in this area where this issue is, right, and they got more water on the way, because another storm is going, they call it a copycat storm. Right now, going up that same route. Man, down there, that island off of Wilmington, North Carolina. Hold on for a second. Hold on for a second. Something huge, y'all, is about to happen. I ain't mean to scare y'all. Something huge is about to happen. right. I had to pull some things in before it get dark. Hey, y'all. Something major is about to happen. And I hope y'all prepared for it. I really do. If you could just make sure you got about 30 to 60 days minimum just to be on the good side. To ask for 30 to 60 days, if you can 90, but 30 to 60 days, if you didn't have to leave, if you couldn't leave the house, would you be straight? That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying nothing to scare nobody. But if you couldn't leave the house, you think you'd be straight? No, it was no, that's in South Carolina, not Myrtle Beach. Oh my goodness, I'd have been to Myrtle Beach so many times. But no, I'm talking about an island I'm trying to think of this island off the coast of North Carolina. It was where a lot of our people were. And they was doing all kind of bomb tests. They ran us off of that island. We had so many Black Wall Streets. There was 13. If you will, 13 financial regions before colonialism, before presidents and all of this shit. And that's where they get the 13 colonies from. All they did was change the damn names, y'all. Yeah. Spirit, is there any messages from the ancestors? I already gave y'all the message. I don't need these cards. It's getting ready to get terrible. Now I ain't no doomsday ass person. I'm just telling you what's getting ready to happen. All I'm just saying, hey, make sure you got 30 to 60 days to survive, if you will. If you being forced not to leave the house. Now, if you want to go out here and kill somebody and fight with these folks, man, there's so much endings. Man, where's that 10 of Pentacle at? And the Hangman. Let me tell y'all something. I would say within the next 10 weeks, to a year and a half. So what's this here? September, end of September, call it October. October, November, December, January, February, March. March 26th. This whole world gonna be different. Dark. Number problem. But then there's gonna be some opportunities, some breakthroughs along the way. These are gonna be small victories battles, but small victories. But eventually, all these victories is going to add up. These victories are going to come. Things that what they used to call tribes or territories or nations, right? We're going to be headed back towards those. Because this corporation has to end. This corporation has to end. This republic has to end. I don't know how many of our ancestors on this land have perished at the sword, the bullet, the labor, the burdens, the problems, the sufferings at the hands of this system. And it's ongoing. They in your face with this shit now. They don't hide shit no more. They all in our face with this shit. That's what I'm reading. At some point, there's a breakthrough. And it's like a gift. We're going to be given what rightfully belongs to us. If I was to take that story, if I was to use one story, the 10 Commandments, Uncle Sam gonna have to let our people go. Uncle Sam gonna have to let our people go. You're not gonna no longer be under this system rule, this government rule in the future. I'm gonna stick to my. I don't do predictions, but I would say by the time we roll around to 2043, that's 2044. That's only 20 years from now. You and I won't be having this conversation. We'll be enjoying breakthroughs and new beginnings. This is suffering energy right here, though. And I think that European British rule royal family for over 1,000 years now, that it's coming to an end. It's coming to an end. This is a Republic of Rome, modern day Roman Empire, which is also the British, the European Empire. All of that is coming down. It's coming to an end. As far as North Carolina, what's going on in Tennessee, you'll be surprised on how many of our people was up in that area, all the way up the Iroquois tribe, all the way up in what you call modern day New York, all the way over to the Iroquois, all the way over to what you call Pennsylvania, Ohio, all of that. Michigan, our people was all over this land. When I say they took everything, they took everything. And to this very day, the descendants of the people of this land, you and I, y'all know who I'm talking about. We ain't got nothing in return. The ones that do thrive, they got to kiss ass to the system in order to get anything. All that's just coming to an end. And I'm so glad. For the people that lives, they perished in the storm. This is just the beginning. This just hurricane. I mean, it's so much more going on that's behind the scenes that's happening, and you don't even know it's happening right now because so many of us is living inside of this bubble. Everything is about the system. All this bullshit. P. Diddy politics, religion, media, all this shit, elite, all this shit. It's bullshit. It's bubble shit. It's matrix shit. And for those of us, the few of us who can operate outside of this bubble as much as you possibly can, you the ones that's gonna get the breakthroughs. Everybody want to hold on to the system, hold on to the struggle, hold on to reparations, hold on to civil rights, hold on for rights and laws and treaties and shit. I don't want none of that shit. I don't want to be governed by none of that shit. And that's what's coming. And I hope I'm physically around without having to return. I hope I'm physically around to see this. It's going to look beautiful in the end. Can you imagine you just free on your land? No taxes. You just living. Some of y'all, you got to get out of your laziness and go out and grow some food. Other than that, my grandparents and great-grandparents, they taught me how to share crop. I ain't never chopped no cotton, but I know how to go out there and plant a garden. Look at them. They done took this here whole device over here, blank damn screen. Sorry asses. They do not like for us. They would rather for us to get together and talk about P. Diddy and shit. They would like for us to get together and talk about Kamala Harris and Donald Trump ass. Hell no. I mean, it's crazy, folks. It's crazy. But if y'all can, though, serious, just for this, just to be on the safe side, just make sure you got enough that if you couldn't leave, if you was forced, unless you're gonna get out there and say I ain't doing shit, but let's say you was forced that you couldn't leave your house for 30 to 60 days, would you be able to survive? Because when things do happen, it's gonna happen so quickly that you're not gonna have time to do nothing but, like, at that point, root chakra kicks in. It's all about survival then, right? It's all about survival. And once we get to that point, I can't tell you what else is gonna happen. I'm gonna go cleanse my energy. I'm gonna go meditate some more, and I'm just not just up to doing too much more, because if you just go I got the hashtag in the description box somewhere, but hold on for a minute. Go and do your little research on this here, and you'll see what I'm talking about. There it is right there. Because since I'm not religious anymore, I'm just gonna say my ancestors, my God. I don't think the universe is gonna allow this shit to keep going on the way it's been going on. I'm just being honest with you. This shit's coming to an end. You're gonna realize people you thought was your enemies around the world, they were not your enemies. They were not your enemies. Let me get out of here. Go cleanse my energy out of this. Peace.